Hello and welcome to Kayla Inspires. If you're looking for ways to stay productive and efficient, then definitely you're in the right place. Today I'm going to be sharing 4 of the ways that I have worked on really being efficient and really just getting it all together to avoid being overwhelmed and stressed. So if that's something that interests you, then definitely keep watching. The first thing that I did was develop a morning routine, and I started a morning routine by incorporating the things that I have been learning about, just kind of like managing my anxiety and stress and things like that. And that was meditation. So what I did was I developed a alarm that I would put off every day at 7 a.m. to kind of remind me to meditate, and little by little it became a habit. So as of right now, I have a solid morning routine that I have been using for probably close to 2 years now. So I will be sharing that with you guys now. One of the ways that I start my morning routine is I started bread in early. So I usually get up around 5:30 in the morning, which was a huge change for me, but it was what I needed to do in order to have a good 45 minutes just for me before I start getting ready for my day. So I get up at 5:30 and then I go right into meditation. I started doing meditations 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I'm up to 15 minutes. I do a combination of either an app. Right now I'm loving the Balance app. They have different programs that are tailored to what you are looking for. And I also use YouTube, and at times I just use silence for my meditations. I then go ahead and do about 10 minutes of journaling. Usually my journaling consists of just either asking myself any questions like, what do I want today to kind of feel like? What do I want to get done? I write down intentions. It could be gratitude. Sometimes it could be just brain dumping things that I've been kind of holding on to. Literally anything that I feel that I need in that moment. And then I will take about 5 to 10 minutes and I'll do some reading. So right now I'm reading a book on morning rituals, which has been really helpful. So it's learning a lot of different ways that I can incorporate different self-care or morning rituals into my day. And then I would usually that would be it, but lately I have realized that I wanted to do a little bit of movement, and so I started to incorporate yoga into my morning. So that's about 15 minutes. And I have been using a YouTube channel here called Boho Beautiful Yoga, and she does yoga, very slow yoga moves with to me they're like a mini meditation as well, because you're doing a lot of breathing and a lot of just stretching, and that's kind of the way that I have been waking up and starting my day. I also started a evening routine, and so my evening routine is something that is very new, so I started in the last couple months. And in order for me to have a better and more efficient morning, it's to kind of prepare myself the night before. So I started to realize that like packing my lunch and packing an outfit for the next day are 2 of the things that I really wanted to kind of get done, because it would be something where I would kind of forget, and then I would just rush to put things together before I had to leave for the day. Picking an outfit, sometimes, as if you are a woman, and probably anybody, I would probably think sometimes it's really hard to find that outfit. Sometimes you think you know what you want to wear and then you put it on and it doesn't feel good. So those are 2 things that I decided to start doing in my evenings. And I started a skincare routine in the evenings. As we are getting older, we have to really take care of ourselves, and your skin is one of those things. So I started to develop a skincare routine where I wash my face, I use a night cream, and I started to really do a roller to kind of help my skin. And those things are a work in progress. So I put an alarm, and then I've been tweaking it. I started at 9, but sometimes 9 o'clock is too late. Sometimes I just kind of do it when I can. And I really just try to be mindful of just preparing some things at night, so in the morning I don't have to think about what I want to bring for lunch, or I don't have to think about what I'm going to wear. So that is number 1. That is the one thing, and I put it as number 1 because it's the most important for me. The second thing is using a planner. So I started using a planner about 6 months ago, because I realized that it was really difficult for me to remember all my to-dos and to remember like things that I wanted to get done, as well as home tasks, and then tasks that I have like for YouTube or for the other projects and things that I have like my Etsy shop. And so I decided that I was going to try to use a planner. And I chose the Happy Planner, and I'll show you what my Happy Planner looks like. So right now I'm using the Let Go and Grow. And I used to use Happy Planners before, and they're fun because I am a crafter, and I used to love scrapbooking. And so this is like a creative way of planning your day. So there's tons of sticker books, and I have so many here that I have. So I have all these really cool sticker books here that helped me to plan my day, but do it in a fun, creative way. And I started to watch different YouTube videos here to kind of get ideas on how to be more productive and just use it in the right way. And so I started following some YouTubers, and they just inspired me, and they showed me different ways of using my planner that I thought would be like perfect for me. And so I started doing that, and it's a work in progress because, like I said, it's been only like 6 months or so. I'm still learning. I'm still like feeling out what I want to include in my planner. Like right now I plan my day, I plan my to-dos, I do my meal planning, and I plan my budget. So I have my expense tracker, and I definitely plan on bringing a video to kind of go over some of the planning tools that I have been using. So definitely keep a lookout for that one. The third way that I have become more productive or more efficient is using a habit tracker. A habit tracker is, it's like a place that you can track the habits that you're trying to have on a day-to-day basis. So one of the things that I've been really working on is my self-care. And so a habit tracker is such a great way to keep yourself accountable. So the one that I use is a printable version that I got off of Etsy. Basically, you are listing your habits on one side. There's a Monday through Friday, and then you would check them off if you got them done. I have 7-day trackers and 30-day trackers. I personally like the 7-day trackers best because I like to just track it during my week as I'm planning my going along in my planner. So that one just works for me. But right now, the best things that I like to track: self-care habits, my health habits, and anything that I want to include in my routine, such as packing my lunch, packing my outfit, sometimes reading, drinking my water, exercise, those types of things. But this tracker has really been very, very helpful, and it's actually helped me to become more accountable. I am counting on myself. Nobody is kind of overlooking this. It's me against me, right? So that has been something that has been really helpful for me. And the last thing is a to-do list. So a to-do list is something that is a work in progress. To-do list can be very triggering for me because if you are the type of person that wants to get things done, you tend to overbook yourself. And so that's what I used to do. I used to just like do a to-do list, and I would just work on getting everything done, and it used to get me very, very stressed and overwhelmed. So the one I use is one that I put it right into my planner by Happy Planner. So on Sundays when I plan my week, I go ahead and I list all the things that I want to get done during the week, and that includes tasks at home, that includes tasks for you know, for YouTube or my Etsy shop or anything like that. It might be like things that I've been needing to do, or sometimes it could just be chores, and then I would add them into my planner and be very mindful of the things that I want to get done or can get done on a day-to-day basis. So being realistic and not overdoing it, really understanding what your schedule looks like and what can you reasonably get done on each day, depending on what you have, what other things you have to get done on your schedule and things like that. And so I try to give myself at least 2 to 3 things that I need to get done during the week, and then, you know, weekends that I have a little more time, then I'll leave tasks that are a little bigger and longer to do, such as like laundry. Sometimes laundry could take a while. If I want to clean my refrigerator, if I want to declutter a closet and things like that. But those are the ones that these are the 4 things that have really helped me to become very like just productive and efficient. When I follow through with these 4 areas, my weeks are a lot more easier and they flow so much better. If I don't follow through and I'm not consistent with some of these, that's when I get into trouble. So if, let's just say, I plan my planner, you know, on Sundays, but I don't take the time to check in with my planner every single day, then I'm gonna miss things. Or if maybe I don't follow through with my evening routine and I say I'm too tired and I'll just do my lunch in the morning, and then the morning comes and I'm gonna be just a little more you know, stressed because I have to figure out what I want to eat for lunch. So these are the 4 things that help me. So question for you guys is, like, are any of these things that you already do? Is there anything else that you do for yourself to keep yourself efficient? As far as, you know, like the things that I have mentioned, one thing I did want to mention is when it comes to planners, I do plan on bringing a video to kind of talk a little bit more about the way that I plan. But when it comes to planners, this is just one method that I use that has been working for me, because I could create the planner that you know, works for me. But for some people, they like to use digital planners, to-do lists. They like to use digital to-do lists. So there's so many different ways that you guys can use these same techniques: habit trackers, to-do lists, planning. So figure out what works for you. For me, I like paper planning. I like paper, you know, doing things that are more tangible for me. For some people, they're more digital planners because they're on the go. I know there's a lot of really great planning and task batching systems, and that's something that I'm looking into, but I'm not there yet. So that's something that you guys can, just to keep in mind, that, you know, figure out what works for you, because what works for me may not work for you, or just tailor it to your needs. So that's all for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you found some inspiration, or that you can share with us anything else that you guys do to become efficient and productive. And definitely hit that subscribe button, because I plan on bringing more videos to go over planning and organizing, and I do have a goal setting workshop coming as well. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.